anything and everything.
Do you ever wonder how to? Do you ever wonder why?
About anything and everything. Then Doris is your guide. Anything and everything will open your mind. Anything and everything with Doris. Anything and everything with Doris is online. Remember. Anything and everything with Doris.
Hello, everyone. You are listening to Anything and Everything, and I am your host, Doris. Now, let's get to the show. This episode is brought to you by Affordable Creations. Hello, girls and boys. Today, I want to read you something special about how God made the heavens and the earth from Genesis chapters 1 and 2, which was written by Moses. In the beginning, when God created the universe, the earth was formless and desolate. The raging ocean that covered everything was engulfed in total darkness, and the Spirit of God was moving over the water. Then God commanded, "Let there be light," and light appeared. God was pleased with what he saw. Then he separated the light from the darkness, and named the light day and the darkness night. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the first day. Then God commanded, "Let there be a dome to divide the water and to keep it in 2 separate places." And it was done. So God made an expanse, and it separated the water under it from the water above it. He named the expanse sky. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the second day. Then God commanded, "Let the water below the sky come together in one place so that the land will appear," and it was done. He named the land earth, and the water which had come together he named sea. And God was pleased with what he saw. Then he commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of plants, those that bear grain and those that bear fruit." And it was done. So the earth produced all kinds of plants, and God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the third day. Then God commanded, "Let lights appear in the sky to separate day from night, and to show the time of days and years, to mark when the seasons begin. They will shine in the sky to give light to the earth." And it was done. So God made the 2 larger lights, the sun to rule over the day, and the moon to rule over the night. He also made the stars. He placed the lights in the sky to shine on the earth, to rule over the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God was pleased with what he saw. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the 4th day. Then God commanded, "Let the water be filled with many kinds of living beings, and let the air be filled with birds." So God created the great sea creatures of all kinds to live in the water. And God was pleased with what he saw. He blessed them all and told the creatures that live in the water to reproduce and to fill the sea. And he told the birds to increase in number. Evening passed and morning came, and that was the 5th day. Then God commanded, "Let the earth produce all kinds of animal life, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind." And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good, and it was done. So God made them all, and he was pleased with what he saw. Then God said, "And now we will make human beings. They will be like us and resemble us. They will have power over the fish, the birds, and all animals large and small." Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created human beings, making them to be like himself. He created them male and female, blessed them, and said, "Have many children so that your descendants will live all over the earth and bring it under their control. I am putting you in charge of the fish, the birds, and all the wild animals. I have provided all kinds of grain and all kinds of fruit for you to eat. But for all the wild animals and for all the birds, I have provided grass and leafy plants for food." And it was done. God looked at everything he made, and he was very pleased. Even passed, and morning came, and that was the 6th day. And then the whole universe was completed. By the 7th day, God finished what he had been doing and stopped working. He blessed the 7th day and set it apart as a special day, because by that day, he had completed his creation and stopped working. And that is how the universe was created. How long did it take for God to create the universe? How did it happen exactly? No one can answer these questions definitively. The most important thing to remember is that God created everything out of love. God was very pleased with his creation. 6 times throughout the process of creating, God stopped, observed his handiwork, and saw that it was good. On final inspection of all that he made, God regarded it as very good. This is a great time to remind ourselves that we are a part of God's creation. Even when you don't feel worthy of his pleasure, remember that God made you and is pleased with you. You are of great worth to him. On the 7th day, God rested. God knows we need times of refreshing. Our example, Jesus, spent time alone away from the crowds. So we should not feel guilty when we take time each week to rest and renew our bodies, souls, and spirits. We should always take the time to praise him, for after all, if it weren't for God, the Almighty Creator, we wouldn't even be here. Do you enjoy your work? Whether it's your job, your hobby, or your ministry service, if your work is pleasing to God, then it should also bring pleasure to you. Consider the work of your hands. What things are you doing to bring pleasure to both you and God? God creates everything in order. We did not create the world in his laws. God did. God made every single law that we know. The laws of physics, gravity, and all of the laws of the universe and beyond. Scientists just discovered them, but they did not create them. God sustains the existence and life of everything that he has made. Without God, everything would cease to exist. God has a plan for his creation, and he directs it according with the laws that he has made. God even has a plan for each of us. We are all special and should pray each day to thank Him for waking us up and allowing us to see another day. We should also ask Him to guide us in the plans He has designed especially for us. We want to prosper in what pleases Him. Also, ask Him to forgive us for any wrongdoings we did today and to help guide us so that we don't do them again. Can you remember a time when you wanted to do something and you felt like something was telling you not to do it? That's how God lets us know when we shouldn't do something. If we go against God, we will have consequences to deal with. So it's best to just do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. So let's recap. The first 3 days, God shaped the creation, and the last 3 days, God populated the creation. Day 1, God created light, creating day and night. Day 2, God separated the sky from the water. Day 3, God created the land and seas and vegetation. Day 4, God created the sun, moon, and the stars to give light to the earth and to govern and separate the day and the night. These would also serve as signs to mark seasons, days, and years. Day 5, God created every living creature of the seas and every winged bird, blessing them to multiply and fill the waters in the sky with life. Day 6, God created the animals to fill the earth. On day 6, God also created man and woman, we know as Adam and Eve, in His own image to commune with Him. He blessed them and gave them every creature in the whole earth to rule over, care for, and cultivate. And do you remember what God did on day 7? That's right. He had finished His work of creation, and so He rested on the 7th day, blessing it and making it holy. In fact, Saddleback Kids created a song about the order of the creation, and I'm going to play it for you to help you remember about God's creation. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On day number 1, God made light. He made the day and He made the night. On day number 2, God made the sky. It's big and blue and way up high. Whoa. Whoa. On day number 3, God made the sea. He made the land, every plant and tree. On day number 4, God made the stars. He put the sun in the sky, super duper far. Whoa, whoa. God made you and God made me. He made everyone and everything we see. He made the earth and He made the heavens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On day number 5, God made birds and fish, dolphins and whales and things that go squish. On day number 6, God made animals and bugs, foxes and cubs, all for us to hug. Whoa, whoa. On day number 6, God also made man. He said it was good and part of His plan. On day number 7, God stopped to rest. He saw what He made. It was His best. Whoa. Whoa. God made you and God made me. He made everyone and everything we see. He made the earth and He made the heavens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God made 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And that's our show. Thanks for listening. And until we meet again, enjoy every day to its fullest. God bless. For comments or questions, you can reach us by email at yappy@post.com. Also, check us out on Twitter at Dorisi and our Facebook pages at Yappy Studio or Louisiana Entertainment Association. Anything and Everything with Doris is produced by Your Own Production Incorporated and comes out every week. So come on back and feel free to add us to your favorite RSS feed, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Pod, and our favorite, Podbean. All links are found in our show notes below.